just like looked really sad and haggard, you know, like dried out, you know. It was this long like thing. She said she had diabetes and it's just really sad for them. So I helped him out a little bit. But,
I mean, you gotta pay your dues every once in a while.
yeah, other
Pay
than that,
forward.
like I don't give people money, you know what I mean?
No, you can just be giving everyone. If you did that, I mean, to all the panhandlers, dude, you'd be broke yourself. And that's just the fact. And then your money would be wasted, essentially, because 5 out of those 5 people, or 4 out of the 5 people will probably be using it for something that they don't need.
The quick fix that they're getting is
It's to erase everything that they haven't dealt with.
yeah, they're never. I don't think they're gonna get past it. It's like a mental block. It's all mental. Everything's mental,
Yeah.
and it's all what the world's convinced you it's your worth.
And that's crazy. That's just how powerful the mind is if you allow it to take over. I mean, I get in my head so much. Like, I'm like, I retreat a lot when I'm going through things. Do you do that as a full Cancer?
Yeah, obviously. You remember what I was like last year? I was like the worst person to try to talk to ever, but I wanted.
How?
Because I like wanted everybody's attention, and I wanted to like have some kind of connection. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I didn't care about anybody else at all. You know what I mean? Remember?
I mean, you told me a little bit about that, but I mean, that's pretty deep that you just said that, like, you just wanted attention from anybody, but you weren't, like, really invested into them as a person.
It was so weird because I was like on like the weirdest knife edge of like non-self-destruction, but then also just like man self-destruction. You know, like it was more like because I wouldn't seek out anybody. I think I was really sad to my dad died, and I was like really sad about that. And then like I literally like would go. I think the longest I went during that period was like 3 weeks without like speaking to anybody else. You know what I mean? Like not at all. Not on the phone, not on the text message, not on an app, not on nothing. You know what I mean? I just didn't talk to nobody. Yeah, I just like fucking. I don't even know what I did at that time. You know what I mean? But like,
Stared at the wall.
I have no idea. Obviously, I probably smoked a bunch of weed, played games.
You're
That
depressed.
was the only thing I did. Probably just call the weed man to get weed. You know, but like I don't even know. Like it was. I pretty much had a bad year. Like maybe 8 months. I just like kind of just like.
So when did your dad pass?
The 23rd. So the.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were hiking. It was that day.
Yeah, I didn't find that shit out until like got back
end
to
of
the
the day.
car. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was kind of like sad after that. Like, damn. You know,
Did you actually thought about it? So it was kind of maybe like a.
Because I was super happy until I got. Remember, I was all having a good old time, and then I got to the car. And I
Yeah.
was super sad. Dude. I didn't know what to do.
And you had to deal with it. So how did you deal with it?
I went to that little liquor store right there, and I got my dad's favorite shots. Got one of them because they're all expensive. Because my dad's like, he likes red Marnier. But I actually got 2 of them, so I drank 2 of them and I just drove home. And I rolled another J or something, you know.
Did you like talk to him or anything?
Sometimes, yeah.
I find that's like a little bit helpful. To just like, cause you just kind of break down and like
You know,
just
one
let
of
it
the
happen.
funniest things I do.
And let your emotions take
One of the
over.
funniest things I've ever done. But I think it really like did something. And you know, one of the things I think about is talking about magic might make it not work.
Okay, so what did you do, and then explain the magic theory.
So the thought that I originally had, I'm not going to tell you this other one, but like the thought that I originally had this thought with was stacking stones.
Like how we were when we were like bike riding.
Right. But before that, I was having back problems. And it was on like one of my first or second bike rides. I came out and I stacked a bunch of stones. And I'm talking about my back was fucked up. Like it was really hurting on the lower right side. I was like you could see if I was standing up, you could see this side was just like bumped out a little bit. It was
Yeah.
really weird. Like my whole thing was fucked up. And so I was riding my bike and I stopped and I just decided to make a rock stack like I do, you know. I was like, hell yeah, let's make a rock stack right here. And I made a fucking rock stack, and then as I was stacking these rocks, and I stopped, you know, they were fairly heavy rocks, you know, not like super heavy, but I try to, if I'm gonna make a brand new one, I try to like start with a big ass rock on
Right.
like I find
So
a
you
big
keep
rock
going up.
somewhere, and then I make another big, you know, so I'm like, so I'm picking up these heavy ass rocks and then stacking them, and then stacking them, and then stacking them. And I was also thinking about my back at the time because it was really fucking hurting. But like I was just doing it anyway, you know what I mean? Like it was hurting, and it had been hurting for so long that I had just kind of like resigned myself to it. You know, like, all right, I'm gonna stack these rocks, even though my
Okay.
back is fucked up. That's just the way it's gonna be. And then, as I'm stacking these rocks and thinking about my back and thinking about how I'm kind of like stacking vertebrae, it fucking just like straightened. It was crazy.
Dude,
It just like cracked. I felt it. It felt like it was like, I was like, what the fuck? And then like it was better.
and that act, I think, was definitely a meditative act of you healing yourself. You using your powers with the universe's help to heal yourself. Like, because you're concentrating on stacking, right? And you said you were thinking of the vertebrae, like stacking vertebrae. So like,
Because I was thinking, like, why is
focusing on
my
these
back
things.
like crooked? You know, I was like, yo, so it must not be straight. So I need him to just like be stacked straight, and it needs to be like. And the whole act, you're right. It's like an act of balancing, because that's what I was doing with the rocks. I'm basically doing what my back is doing. You know, I'm like I'm putting, even though they're different shapes or whatever, so I'm balancing one just right on the other, and that's what your back is. It's just like, I mean, they are designed so that it's very easy for them to stack
Right.
just right, but that's all it is. They're just stacked just right with like you know some shit. Anyway, yeah, that shit works. And that's so that I don't even know. There was this another example that I don't want to tell anybody because it was like it worked too. But the one that I was gonna lead off with, whatever. I didn't want to say it.
Damn, like now I'm scared. I've got a wizard in my house.
I read books. You know, I've read books for a long time. So I read the first Harry Potter, I think, in like 3rd grade.
Dude, me
So,
too.
Yeah, and so then after that, I read them all. You know, like
That's exactly where it started for me. I remember the teacher, I don't remember her name though. And then that's when all the witchcraft shenanigans came up and they're like, no, we have to hear the Harry Potter. And I'm like, why? It's pretty dope. Get on Amazon, what is it? Amazon Audible?
I used to get on. That's what it is. Or they read it to
I
us.
think Audible,
I
yeah.
like reading out loud.
Dude, when I read out loud especially, I yawn a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that weird? Is that normal?
So I have like 2 styles of reading aloud. I have like where I want to be super engaging, and then where I want to like just get through it real fast. And I used to do this shit. I remember back in class, and like, oh yeah, we have to finish reading this out loud before we. I'm just like sweet, read this shit out loud, and the whole class would be all happy. And the teacher would just be like nobody understood what you said, dude, but like you definitely read it. Like,
Thanks.
So You Want to Be a Wizard is the first book in the Young Wizard series, currently consisting of 11 books by Diane Duane. It was written in 1982 and published the next year. In 2012, a revised new Millennium Edition was published. The plot follows Nita Callahan, a 13-year-old girl who discovers a book titled So You Want to Be a Wizard. So like something like that.
Prescott or Prescott?
I don't care. Prescott, I guess. I like Prescott better.
I think of like Triscuit.
I like the way it sounds better, Prescott.
Prescott.
When I say Prescott, I feel like I'm trying to like say something too wide.
Prescott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that it
Prescott.
isn't that cool.
Prescott is not that cool. Never been there. Been through it going to Sedona.
We went through there on the way back, I think.
Somewhere.
From
Oh, you?
No, me and you from Lake Roosevelt.
Oh.
Or from no, actually we went through there on the way up to Lake Roosevelt. No, maybe we didn't because Prescott is after.
Did I go to
that.
Lake Roosevelt? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we passed the exit. Remember, we were gonna go up to Young, and then we didn't, and then we kept going, and then we went down the canyon road.
And this was like on the way, like through Globe, right?
Yeah, we went through Globe.
Oh, because Prescott's that way. And Globe is that way. So maybe on the way back?
What?
Shoot, I don't know. Well, you went with your friend, that girl. Ashley?
I just went with her like recently.
Oh.
A long time ago. Maybe I went with like Keisha. Yeah, that's when I did it. But I know
Yeah,
we went
Keisha.
past Lake Roosevelt, me and you, because we were like, do you remember we were talking about going to the reservation, and then instead we went to that other way that you were talking
Dude,
about.
I was so
60.
tired. We were 2:30 in the morning. You want to go to a road trip somewhere? Yeah, dude, I'm down. They were just like putting the bikes in there. We didn't sleep. That was fun though. That was a good time. I was spent. But I got to mountain bike for the first time. That was pretty cool.
That was your first time mountain biking?
Yeah, ever.
Those fucking cows were.
Random and awesome.
Well, I mean,
I
like
was
I don't
loving
think you
that.
realize like how like close we came to getting attacked by those cows. Those cows were gonna attack us.
What?
Those
How do you
bulls,
know?
those 2 bulls, they were gonna fucking attack us.
I
How do
don't
I
know
know?
those 2
Because I've
bulls.
been around fucking bulls before. They were like that's
But when
why.
you're sound with nature,
I didn't get frantic, but like I got a little like I made you get in front of me. I told you to stop stopping. You don't remember that? I was like, yo, just like go. I didn't like want to get my voice frantic, but I was just like, yo, like you don't remember? I was like, yo, just keep going.
No.
And I made you get in front of me.
I don't remember that.
Ooh.
I just remember, I mean, it was cool. We were just like in their house. They were probably like, get out of my house. And we're just like, no,
So
we're just gonna ride through here.
all the normal cows were fine, but there was two, and they were young, so like they weren't like full grown adult bulls, but like the ones with the horns, and they were looking at us all like, "What's up?"
I'm the worst person to be like, remember that? Because I'm so oblivious, dude. It's bad. Now we have to watch what we say. Cancer is a cardinal water sign, and so it is very active and sometimes pushy in the expression of its feelings. Do you think you're pushy in your feelings?
Sometimes.
Cancer always alerts to the unspoken feelings of others. Somehow thinks it is obligated to offer its sympathetic support to those in need.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I always feel like that I'd be killing that part of myself. I'm like, fuck that. No.
Oh, so speaking of that, what did we say? Rushing to get over it. So do you think that has to do with rushing to get over it? Your whole theory of like, so explain your theory on why you think you rush to get over things and what that means.
I think it's for everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe it is for me specific, but like, yeah, so
This is your
stereotypes
variation.
and stuff like that. You do it because like you've been hurt in the past, you know, and it must have like. So instead, or maybe not even necessarily hurt in the past, but taught something in the past, and you think one way about something in the past, and so you, instead of having that whole interaction, you know, going through the motions of learning about that person or thing or whatever, and finding out about it, you just kind of rush past it and stereotype, and then you get all the way to the end.
Because you don't want to waste your time.
Well, because you don't want to waste your time, you don't want to get hurt. It's like a
Self-preserving?
time, self-preservation, yeah. Both, you know?
When do you think that kicks in? Like, how many experiences do you have to have with something in order to be like, I just don't even want to do this anymore? With
I don't
anything.
know, but like, I think it takes a lot of bad experiences. Most of the time, good experiences are good to you.
Yeah, of course, because you want to be in the bliss of the good experiences. Good experiences bring on feelings of like happiness. Endorphins get going. It's like, this is amazing. Give me more. It's kind of like a drug, you know?
It is.
It's like precisely what it
It's
is.
the original drug.
Yeah, OG. But then people leave you and then you have to do real drugs. That's messed up. You don't have to. Don't take what I'm saying as Bible. It's not what I mean.
Drugs are okay.
I don't know. Like, I just think that people, coming from a person who's done drugs in the past, like, I wasn't happy. I was doing those things to get something that I wasn't getting from myself, that I was seeking in other people. So I was being let down because I was wasting time on other things, on the exterior, on other people trying to bring in that happiness, that feeling of fulfillment that I needed to be working on for myself. You know what I mean? So now that I've been working on that, I don't feel like I have to do it. I don't feel the need to do it. I'm not knocking people who do these things. Obviously, everybody has their thing, their vices and all that, but yeah, I don't feel the need. But I mean, I do like Hennessy.
That's it, pretty good, yeah.
I do like beer, you know what I mean? I mean, is that a drug? It's obviously something that alters your emotional, physical, mental state.
It is a drug. I mean, the classifications in the United States don't make sense. But
No, it doesn't.
in the world, I guess, don't make sense. But like, it is definitely a drug, yeah.
Right.